Today we have a Toyota GR Supra. After being absent for almost 2 decades, Toyota resurrected its legendary sports car in 2019 with the same concept in mind as the legendary Mark IV Supra. A two-door coupe with an eye-catching design, inline 6-cylinder engine under the hood and a rear-wheel drive. The only catch is the new model is built on a platform co-developed with BMW that also is used as a base for a BMW Z4 and is made in Austria. To make things worse, for some, the MK5 Supra is powered by BMW-sourced inline 4 or 6-cylinder engines, and the interior has many refurbished elements from the German manufacturer's warehouse. Now, I get it, it would have been cooler to get a car that's fully developed by Toyota, but designing cars, especially from the ground up, is incredibly expensive, and if it wasn't for the cooperation with BMW, it wouldn't have been financially feasible for Toyota to develop a new Supra. So the question might be, does the new Supra drive like a BMW or it's a true Toyota? Is it a sports car or a grand tourer? Well, before we talk about it, let's jump inside and talk about the interior space. Stepping inside the new Supra, you see many elements from BMW, including previous generation iDrive infotainment system, and by all means, that's not a criticism because BMW makes one of the most intuitive interiors in the industry. Or they used to, but let's not talk about it. The quality is good, although there are some cheap plastics like the fake carbon fiber trim, but just like in every sports car, the quality is secondary to me. The sitting position is fine. You sit relatively low, and being 6'1", I did not have any issues finding a good sitting position, though I must admit, I would prefer sitting a little lower to the ground. The seats themselves are very supportive and surprisingly comfortable. Alright, so that was the interior of the Supra. Let's get it on the road now and see how it drives. What surprised me the most about the Supra is its dual personality. In normal driving mode, the ride is quiet and refined, making it a great cruiser and everyday car. The visibility suffers due to its sophisticated body lines, but that's the price you gotta pay for an eye-catching design. Thankfully, you can get a good set of driver assist features, which I would highly recommend, especially parking sensors and blind spot monitoring are a must-have. Now, putting the Supra into sport mode changes its character. The adaptive dampers stiffen up, you have an incredible amount of mechanical grip, and thanks to 50-50 weight distribution and low center of gravity, the Supra is really well balanced and nimble. The car is very happy to rotate, and you get a good understanding of its limitations, making you feel confident when pushing it. Brakes? Nothing to complain about. The hydraulically assisted setup gives you an idea how deeply you can brake, and even after an hour of aggressive driving, I did not expect fading, and the car always stayed stable under heavy braking. The steering with variable ratio is precise and direct, but I would love to get a little bit more feedback from it. But chassis tuning is not the only thing that makes a great performance car. It's also the powertrain, and in the case of the Supra, we get both. Under the hood sits a BMW-sourced B58 single-turbo straight-six, producing 382 horsepower and 368 pound-feet of torque. To say the motor is phenomenal is an understatement. It has been tuned perfectly with an incredibly smooth and linear power delivery. To add to that, pushing the car to the limit for a long period of time did not seem to be a problem. Obviously, I didn't dyno it, but I didn't notice any power decrease or cooling issues. Now, for the first couple of years, the Mark V Supra was offered with a ZF 8-speed automatic transmission, and by all means, it's a great unit, but people wanted a manual. And what did Toyota do? They listened. The engineers took BMW's 6-speed gearbox and made modifications, making it even better than in a new M2. It's still not ideal, but it is relatively precise with a good clutch feel, and as an overall package, the Supra is still one of my favorites in the segment. The 6-cylinder variant with a manual gearbox is the way to go. You get a car that doesn't punish you on a daily basis for being a sports car, and it feels like a driver's car, giving you plenty of fun behind the wheel. Pricing starts at $46,440 for a 4-cylinder variant and $55,400 for a 3.0. My tester was priced at a little over $60,000, and I don't say it often, but you get what you pay for, and I'm seriously considering adding the 3.0 variant with a 6-speed manual to my fleet. If you have any questions about the Supra, feel free to drop a comment and I'll do my best to answer them. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you later!